Welcome to the video. I am Vesmera, and I am your local Harpy here to help you with outpost construction. Please note, while the higher tier outposts require skill tree investments into the science skill tree, tier 1 does not, and can be invested in as soon as possible, with only needing to allocate resources to research into a few things. This video is going to cover outpost basics, such as basic power generation and basic production, along with some optimal worlds for mineral resources, and resources that are used quite frequently when it comes to building outpost buildings. This will be the first in a series of 3 videos and will be covering tier 1 and starter outpost stuff. For ease of viewing things will be time stamped to help you be able to flow through the video to whatever you need help with. And with the intro out of the way, let's get into it. First off, you will need materials to build your outposts. You can find mineral shops and general good shops in the Voli system in the city Neon on the planet Voli Alpha. The second set of shops can be found in the Cheyenne system, the planet Aquila, the city Aquila. I am basing my outposts in the Olympus system because there is helium-3, aluminum and iron. The planets I will be building outposts on are Erebus and Pontus. Aluminum and iron are needed for adaptive frames, along with just being needed for a lot of power and other buildings inside your outposts. If you're unsure of how many of a resource you currently have, you can see them listed in the top left of your screen. You want to try to get as many as you can in an area, but in my outpost on Pontus, you can see I only managed to get aluminum and beryllium, both of which are very important to building outposts. Although beryllium isn't generally used for much, since we're building on the moon Pontus, which has no atmosphere, it gives us the option to make a solar array. Conversely, we could use a fueled generator which generates more power than a solar array, but comes at the cost of requiring helium-3 as a fuel, which is a resource that can be used for cargo links later on. Personally, I like solar arrays and wind turbines, which wind turbines can only be built on worlds with atmosphere. So you've got your outpost location after managing to find a nice spot with the resources that you need. That's great. Now you're ready to start a basic production chain. Link your power generation of your choice to your mineral extractor and it will start producing its corresponding resource. I also recommend that you then connect your extractors to a corresponding storage type, whether it is a solid or a liquid or a gas. That way, your machines can run for longer, with you being away before they stop working from having a full inventory. On to cargo links, something that personally confused me quite a lot at first, but it is very simple. There is a cargo link and then a cargo link into zero system. For this outpost setup, you will not need cargo link into system. You will only need cargo links. A cargo link into system is only needed for when you transfer from one star system to another star system, or you're fulfilling a supply contract quest that needs you to send resources out of the system you built the outpost in. You will need to build a transfer container to be able to transfer stuff to the cargo link pad, but that is nice and simple, and that is being shown in the back. This one may seem weird. You're building on a moon or a planet with an atmosphere. What would want to hurt me? Well, if you're building on a planet with an atmosphere, there are animals that will want to hunt you and attack your extractors. And from time to time, a ship will land. It can be anything from a colony ship, a random UC Vanguard landing, or the Crimson Fleet landing, or even the Ecliptic or maybe the fanatics of House for Run have come to pay a visit. Now, you can go without defences, but I prefer to have them because the enemies will focus on them instead of trying to break everything. It doesn't happen often, but it is nice to be prepared for the event that it does happen. Final chapter. Automation. Yes, you can make 11 different things in Tier 1 outpost production. Adaptive frames, austenitic manifold, com relay, ISO-centered magnet, ISO coolant, mag pressure tank, monopropellant, polytextile, reactive gauge, tau-grade rheostat, zero wire. This all sounds like a lot, so I'll make a nice and simple list of what you should want to prioritize with your outpost. I recommend producing adaptive frames because those are used very frequently. And I also recommend that you build zero wire because that is also used very commonly. As for the rest, they aren't really used frequently enough to warrant bulk production or automate, like resource production. That being said, you can, if you would like to, just remember to have plenty of storage. Another note is that robots give stat boots, so I also recommend making sanitation mini-bots in your extraction outposts. All right, that was quite a lot of info. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. This concludes Starfield Tier 1 Outpost Basics. There will be 2 more videos following this one up on the more complex systems and the rest of the research relating to outpost construction. I hope that you enjoyed it and that this was structured in a way that you found very useful and informative. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to head pat your local Harpy by dropping a subscribe and a like. A special thanks to my Patreon members. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow me over on Twitch. Hitting the bell lets you keep up to date on my uploads here on YouTube.